Hi, this is Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com. Today we're going to take a look at LG's Optimus Black, a very thin, light, and brilliant looking Android 2.2 smartphone. So here's the box that LG sent us the Optimus Black in. You can see the big B here. I mean, this is a large box. Look at the size of this thing. There's a reason for that. If I open it up, nice little magnetic latches there. Opens up like a book, and that is for good reason. Underneath here we have a book. Goes into all sorts of details about the Optimus Black. A little story as well, and you can see the phone embedded right there, and pages referring to the features on the phone. Very cool. Let's pull out the phone itself. There we go. And see if we can find the power button. I'm not sure if the battery's in there. Yep, battery is in there. It's actually been on the entire trip across from Korea, so it's running already. Well, speaking of battery life, it's survived. It's got a 1500 milliamp hour battery, so a pretty large battery. Let's just sit it there, and you'll notice right off the bat, the Nova display. It's supposed to be really, really bright. LG claims it's good for 700 nits of brightness, and should use 50% less power than conventional LCD. So we'll take a look at it, and I'll compare it maybe to one of Samsung's Super AMOLED. Well, let's get to the goodies inside. Now, this is not normal retail packaging. This is just what they sent out to reviewers, so don't expect to see this kind of stuff in your retailers' shelves. EU charger here. This is a European Union model, of course. Not announced for the US yet. Included 2 gig micro SD memory card. Here is the micro USB to USB cable. Very nice looking all black stereo earbud headphones, 3.5mm jack, of course, call, send and end button right there. I am not sure what the purpose of the all black pencil is, but I think I like it. It's pretty neat. It even has a black eraser on it. Pretty slick. Probably meant to go with this. I'm going to guess it's just a paper tablet for taking notes or something. Ah yes, black on black. So it's a black pencil for writing on the black paper. We'll see how that works. And of course we have a user guide and other kind of sundry materials, warranty information, things like that. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so here's the Optimus Black. Let's quickly take a look at the hardware. You can see it's a very thin device. LG claims that it's 9.2 millimeters thick. I think it's a little bit thicker than that, probably close to 9.5, at least based on my calipers. So we got a volume control here and a G button. I'm not sure what that does yet. We'll have to check that out. Up top, uncovered micro USB port, the power standby lock switch, and of course the 3.5mm headphone jack. Nothing much at all on the right hand edge, and nothing really to see on the bottom except for the pry point for the rear cover. On the back, very simple, just a slight bevel here at either side, and then 5-megapixel camera with the LED flash with Google branding there. Pull off the rear cover just to take a look at it. You can see we've got a 2 GB card. I installed that. No SIM in here at this moment. This is a European model. I'm not going to have 3G access anyway, so I figured why bother. I'm just going to use Wi-Fi. And there is the 1500 milliamp hour battery. Press the power button to get to the lock screen. Swipe up to unlock. Here's the home screen. First thing you're going to notice is this is a really nice display. This, as I mentioned before, was the Nova display. Very bright, and it's crisp, and I actually prefer this to the Super AMOLED display on the Google Nexus S. So I'll do some comparisons side by side. Maybe you can see what I'm talking about, but really, really fantastic display. And as for that mysterious G button there, figured it out. It's for gestures. If I hold down the button, you can do a number of different things. Panning, for one. As long as I hold down the button, I can just tilt to pan. I'm sure it'll be useful in browsers and things like that. bunch of other gestures for different apps, music, things like that. You can also tap on the side of the display to move the cursor around. I'll demonstrate some of those later. First of all, let's take a look at the main home screen UI. Bunch of new widgets, really like these. They've done some nice work here. Also going to show you some of the new work with the home screen management. You can see how I can scroll through widgets here, everything that's available, shortcuts, much more visual way of dealing with everything. So I'll change this wallpaper here. And say we're going to add something here, long press, get out, long press again, get back in here just to show you, starting from the beginning. Pick the calendar. You see we have multiple widgets, very much like HTC, multiple versions of specific widgets. Tap on it. It doesn't fit where I was, so it's going to ask me where I'd like to place it. So I'm going to pick this panel right here, and there it is. Hit the back to get out of the edit mode. Likewise, some new cool features with the main menu. You can see a scrolling list, and there's categories now. So you can organize things the way you want, and if you do a pinch gesture, you can quickly jump from one section to the other. You can see I have a bunch of things called, I put in unused because I don't want to see them. Downloads, anything you download from Android Market or some other place like that automatically shows here, so you can then figure out where you want to move them. I can go into Manage App and I can uninstall it by tapping on it, but I could also move it into a new section just by highlighting one of the categories, and there it is. Very nice main menu system. Now I can change the layout too. Switch it to, say, paged mode or list mode. The little index tab along the edge, just like you would see in contacts. I'll jump into settings so we can see some of the software information. This is a quad band GSM, dual band UMTS HSPA device. You can see right there Android 2.2.2, that's Froyo. The device is supposed to be upgradable to Gingerbread. LG has not said when we can expect the upgrade though. Some other hardware features include 1 gig of internal storage. I showed you there's a 2 gig card pre-installed. That could change from market to market. In terms of Wi-Fi support, 802.11b, G, and N. And let's pull up the music player here. See, I've got a song playing. If I go into landscape mode, you see a different indexed view. Let's see if I can use the gesture controls. I believe it's a double tap. I don't know if I have to push the G button or not. There we go. If I pull down the notification area, you can see we've got access to controls for GPS, data, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and the ringer. Also music controls when you're playing something. Here's LG's contacts application. I have some test contacts in here. You can see again the index tab, just like you saw in the main menu list view. You can define groups, access to a call log, and of course a dial pad. Without a SIM I can't place a call though. And you probably also noticed that the favorite contacts can be placed in a nice little widget. And there are 2 versions of that widget. And I'll show you that here. Let's get rid of the Friends Plus widget just to make some space. And favorite contacts. You can see I've got the small one and the large one as well.